The crypto market looks really awful. Pretty much every day we're going down. The question is, what should we do now with our altcoins that are down 30, 40, 50%? Should we buy even more if we still have the liquidity? Should we hold on or should we give up? Let's have a look at the data most people are not considering. This week, the top 100 cryptocurrencies went down by 21%, and the smaller coins tended to lose even more. What appears to be an absolute bloodbath is actually just the beginning of something that could turn much worse. Have a look at the Bitcoin realized price. So that's the average cost basis of the market. Bitcoin, of course, is correlated with the altcoins. If Bitcoin is crashing, then the altcoins won't have a great time either. Our current price is above the cost basis of the market. So the average cost basis is at $43,000. And the best time to buy is always at the end of a bear market. We are very, very far away from the realized price. We haven't even started a bear market. What looks really bad when we zoom in doesn't really look that much of a deal when zooming out. In other words, if you've already lost half of your crypto portfolio, you've definitely been exposed to too much risk. Now, why do we tend to see those turnarounds whenever the price is below the realized price? That's because when the market in aggregate is in losses, the long-term believers of Bitcoin are not going to sell. When you believe in Bitcoin as the hardest of the monies, then of course it should outperform fiat currency over the long term. So if you're currently temporarily in losses, that's fine, because at some point things will recover. That's why at those bottoms, when the current price is below the realized price, the sell pressure tends to subside. And that's then when the people that buy regularly into crypto take over. They pick up those low prices. Now, this is a video on the altcoins though, not on Bitcoin. And there is a very interesting measure of the Bitcoin dominance, as in how much of all of crypto is in Bitcoin. When Bitcoin's dominance is going down, that means that the altcoins are outperforming. That's when we have altcoin season. And historically, that happened when Bitcoin's dominance was at around 70%. So there was only 30% altcoins, the rest was all Bitcoin. And then when the market was depressed enough for the altcoins, that's when they rallied a lot. That's when they outperformed Bitcoin. And this is then where you can have a diversified portfolio of altcoins. And this chart where everything is red then turns into something where some tokens are extremely green. But yeah, unfortunately, we are still quite far away from the 70%. And I strongly believe that we are likely going to continue this current trend. How quickly are we going to appreciate in the Bitcoin dominance? Your guess is as good as mine. But I think the market, even though we've already seen some suffering, hasn't yet seen enough to justify a real altcoin season. We likely have to go again to our 70% Bitcoin dominance. Now, the largest of the altcoins is of course suffering as well. And so we can have a look at the Ethereum dominance. How much of the entire cryptocurrency market cap is in Ethereum? And at the peak, this was at more than 30%, but recently it tends to be hovering between 7% and 21%, with currently the momentum clearly being very bearish. But again, we are not yet at historical lows. The same way we are not at historical highs for the Bitcoin dominance, we are not at historical depression for the Ethereum dominance. Ethereum might underperform the rest of crypto by another 29%. Yes, there can be a short squeeze every now and then. There can be temporary rallies, as we have seen in 2019 as well. But overall, this trend seems to be quite stable. Now, there are many reasons why Ethereum's dominance is going down, right? There was a move from proof of work to proof of stake. So all the people that used to mine Ethereum, right, they got involved in the Ethereum ecosystem through mining, they then potentially also afterwards used Ethereum for DeFi, etc. All of those people left the ecosystem because now there's only staking. And so the community shrunk, and now we even see how the number of staked Ethereum tends to trend downwards. So in proof proof of stake was introduced, people got really excited about locking up the Ethereum and get all of those gas fees as staking rewards. But that excitement has turned around. We saw a peak in the staked Ethereum in November of last year. Now Ethereum tends to get unstaked, and that unstaked Ethereum is likely going to get sold, and that selling pressure leads to Ethereum's dominance continuing to decline. And then the big question is, will we actually see the bottom at 7%? Will we then see an altcoin rally, an Ethereum rally, and relatively speaking, Bitcoin underperformance? Now, we're not at historical buying opportunities. Again, Bitcoin is way above its realized price. However, the overall momentum is still intact. I've talked about this several times on this channel. When you use a trend following strategy, a medium-term trend following strategy that's more reactive in trading according to the realized price, then a very straightforward approach is a moving average, right? We would buy whenever the price is above the moving average, and you would sell whenever the price is below the moving average. And we can backtest different moving average durations. And when we do that for Bitcoin, the result is that the 120-day simple moving average works the best. And now we are very close to making a decision. The 120-day simple moving average is currently at almost $90,000. If we close a day below that moving average, things would turn bearish very, very quickly. So Bitcoin is likely going to continue to outperform no matter if the price goes up or down, right? If we turn bearish, then probably altcoins get hammered even more. Ethereum's dominance is likely going to continue to decline. And then whatever Bitcoin is now doing relative to its moving average is probably going to dictate what's going to happen with the stable coins. Now, this is the stablecoin dominance. How much of all of crypto is in stablecoins? And this is highly negatively correlated with crypto prices. So for example, over here, where the stablecoin dominance was very, very high on the 7th of November, 2022, that was also when Bitcoin's price was extremely low. And then on the other hand, when the stablecoin dominance was very, very low, so here on the 5th of December last year, we had comparatively high Bitcoin prices. So we are not at any extreme level in the stablecoin dominance either, right? We are not super low, which would indicate that we should be selling all of our crypto now, but we aren't super high either, which would scream towards buying crypto. We're coming from a heated market that's somewhat cooling off. And the question now is, can we go back to those lower levels in the stablecoin dominance? Can we bounce off that 120-day SMA, or was that it? If we're bouncing, we're probably going to meet the 120, 130K in Bitcoin. If we cross the 120-day SMA, then there is still a lot of stable coins that can get added to this chart. Or in other words, the potential upside for crypto or the deployment of stable coins is less than the potential downside for crypto prices or the risk of the market further cooling off, moving more into stable coins. Momentum is still positive, but that can change very, very quickly at 90K. Again, the realized price is at 43K. In the next 1 or 2 weeks, we will see if this becomes our new normal or if we do another bounce from here. I personally believe that it's more likely that we're going to see another bounce, but I will react to the situation as it unfolds. I very much believe in the 120-day SMA. I've talked about this very often on this channel. It's what I believe is the best indicator to time the crypto market in the medium term. I'm already using it for several years, and I'm outperforming buying and holding Bitcoin quite a bit just with that indicator. One more thing, if you have been considering to join premium but the price was too high, now is your time to lock in the price. It's now $40 lower. If you subscribe now, you will keep that lower price indefinitely until you unsubscribe. It's got all kinds of benefits. There's also a 1-week money back guarantee, so in case you don't like premium, then just message me within the first week and I refund you 100%. The link is down below. It's thebitcoinstrategy.com. There's also a video explaining all the details in 7 minutes. If you got some value out of this video, feel free to subscribe. I publish this regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. See you in the next video or see you in premium. Cheers.